And then I go on YouTube. It's still kind of a small picture, but I think I'm live. Am I live now? My goodness, that was tiring. The latency isn't too bad. Okay. Sweet.
Oh, it's like
Whoa.
Hey.
3,
4 seconds. Not too bad.
I'm hanging up on you. There we go. Perfect. Let's get Josh out of here. One sec. Get some chill music. Cool, so I just really tested doing one like this. Well, I just really did this one in this setup with the camera setup like this. And this is one of my favorite releases of the year, guys. This is a really nice one, especially you can see like even with the light, there's like hardly any reflectant on it. There's your reflectant right there. It's like nothing. It just looks good. It looks so good. Okay, we're gonna do one of these, but black. So, let me get a dial out and ready. Sorry, I didn't know that on YouTube you got to you have to click public view each time you go live. So I was like struggling to find that all the whole time. So let's see. This is how you know it's really good quality if it's packaged like this, by the way. Very clean. See if this is a good one. It looks pretty clean. I'm gonna have to check for my own eye real quick. I'm gonna be turning on this light on and off just to be checking because I can't see through the camera, just to make sure it's a keeper. Because on these watches you see everything. If there's something wrong, you see it. Perfect. It's a keeper. So let's get ourselves a movement. Pull out a case right now too, for later. And let's put this to the side for right now. Loving the wetsuit fingers. It's true, I've never thought of them like that. They kind of are wetsuits. You know, I've never had black ones before, but they're kind of, they're pretty beneficial. Just due to, you can tell if they're dirty or not real fast. Oh, wait, I'm gonna keep this in real quick. So first, this dial, the calendar disc is set for a 3 o'clock. And for the field watch, it's set for 6. So I'm gonna have to exchange the disc real quick. So I just gotta be careful because I'm kind of at a different distance. There we go, and I don't want to scratch anything. Just gonna put this to the side real quick. Afterwards, there's this little hand right here. It's this little metal arm that kind of stops the calendar from going. Here, I'll show you real quick. See that little metal arm right there? I'm gonna push up against it and then I'm gonna release the calendar. So I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna push up and then I'm just gonna get my finger. Don't want to go with metal on the calendar. And then I'm just gonna slide it out until it fits out. There we go. I'll put this over here. So I'm gonna be trying to give you guys some really good close-up views too, so that you can really see what's going on. I just did that with my micro. So this thing, that little metal arm's naturally always pushing up against the calendar, so you always got to push it in when you're putting the calendar disc in. There we go. Now it's on. Now we got it set for 6 o'clock. I'm glad you're really enjoying it. It's fun. I don't have to be alone anymore when I'm doing this. I just need to get a good setup to where I could like do this for a really long stream. I don't know if I could do work like this for a long time in this position. I think I'd get a kink in my neck. So now I'm gonna turn this, and I'm gonna have the calendar disc turn already. And what we're looking at is this little copper arm right here. Give you a close up of it real quick. See the little copper arm on the calendar disc? The calendar turning disc? I don't know what it's called in English. Just that little copper arm. That's going to turn around. Oh, I'm winding up the move. Oh wait, no, I'm not. There we go. It's turning very slowly, see? So that takes 24, is it? Oh, it's not turning because I don't have the hour wheel on. I gotta put that on first. So, sorry, I need to reach stuff with my other hand so that my hand doesn't get right in front of the camera. There we go. So now this is going to turn. So we're going to look at this, the copper arm on it. And it's going to turn. And what's going to happen is it's going to come against the teeth of the calendar disc. Right now it's up against the teeth. And now this is a Schnellschalter, so a very fast turner. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna turn it right here and it's gonna reserve lots of energy. There's a spring, and then it's gonna, once it gets to the power, it's just gonna shoot it up really fast. So it's gonna go really slow and then boom, just like that. It'll shoot it up really fast. And that's how we know that now I can put on the dial and have the hands set. But I thought it'd be cool to show that, how that works. Oh, hi, thanks a bunch. I hope I'm not too late to respond to any messages. My face is kind of on the movement pretty good right now. There we go. I'm gonna put this to the side now. Really beautiful movement, actually. Simple and beautiful. That's how you want it. So we are going to take out these little feet right here. Just like that. Beautiful. Other side. Oh. Voila. You're so impressed. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I've been doing this the past, gee whiz, I don't know how long in my life. 5 or 6 years now? When did I start with my apprenticeship? Trying to recall. It's definitely been like 5 or 6 years now since I started in the watch industry. So, I'm gonna put this little metal ring, the dial supporter, right on here. It's gonna slide right on, and then we're gonna poke it right over the holes. Just like that. Now, what I like to do is I like to check if the feet on here, it's focusing on too many things. If they're up straight, sometimes you'll get them, they're bent. And what's never smart is like try to push up against it. The smartest way to do it is you just get your tweezers and you go down to the thick side and you just squeeze right there. And that should make it so it's straight. If they are bent, it's very thin metal. So just a tip in case you're ever doing this. Because I've learned it the tough way. I broke a few. So you just squeeze it and that should straighten it. Because if one of these things break off, yeah, you're not setting this anymore. So here comes the face. There we go, nice and smooth, like a glove. What movement is this? This is a Solita SW200. So, I'll show you where it's marked at, how you can tell what movement it is after I put in these arms. There we go, that's in all the way right there. Make sure it's nice and flush on the dial, good. There we go. So, here's where you can tell where the movement name is. They stamp it on the movement. Right next to the balance wheel. See it? SW200. I think I'm shaking a bit too much. Trying to keep too many things steady at once. Yeah, SW200, you can see it right there. -1, but everybody just says SW200. And then you got the date and stuff like that. Very pretty, the balance wheel. Anytime. So, since I had the movement running, it's no longer directly on the 12. I'm gonna have to pull it out and rewind it again. What you can do is you can just count. A lot of people will just count like 24 and then they'll start turning slowly. I lost count, so I'm just gonna start turning slowly until I see it turn just a tiny bit, and then you gotta go extremely slow. Come on, don't be shy. Come on. There we go. It's a good girl. Perfect. So, time to set the hands. I will introduce you the hands. It's like an our unboxing reveal. So these are really cool when it's sent like this. Very nice quality. This way the hands can't get really scratched whatsoever. It'd be so dope if there's like mist or like fog that would come out. I'd have to try to do something like that. Just for the chucks and giggles. Let's see. So I'm gonna get the hour hand out. I'm just gonna let it slide off like that. So let's see if it's a good one. I'll get my hand out of the way, it will focus. Perfect. It looks nice and clean. Nice matte hour hand. It's kind of the tricky part. Oh, I didn't feel her anymore. There we go. I don't want to risk that, so I'm just gonna have it fall off. So I pick it up off the dial, I could end up scratching it. A lot of my work during the day is literally just trying to get this hand on the right side because they never want to go. There we go. I'm telling you, they always flip on the wrong side. Here we go. Let's get this nice and centered. I'm just gonna feel if it's on there good. It feels like it's on. Gonna get it right in between the 2 and the 4. Push just a little bit. Let's see, it looks pretty dang centered. A tiny bit to the left it is, so let me go a little bit to the right. Sometimes you can manipulate it. Here's the test. So, let's see. Let's see if it's within the standards. So how you can test it to see if it's set well is you can turn it. And it will always have a tolerance of 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after. So let's see if I got this one within the tolerance, if it turns right in between. I think I'm a little bit off, to be honest. Should turn right here. Huh. It's actually good. Awesome. One last check from eye. Yeah, it looks good. Perfect. It's not on really flush yet, so I'm just gonna give it a little bit more of a push. There we go. Let's see if I can get you a better view. Doesn't focus, the hand's too thin to focus on. So we are gonna grab the minute hand now. This one's, the minute hand's the hardest one to set. Oh, it flipped on me. Nope, still telling you. I'm getting so many arguments with myself during this part. There we go, at work. So let's see if it's nice and clean one. Looks very clean. I always put my tools on my right side. I need to start putting one on my left side if I'm going to stream it. Okay, so it's on there now. I'm just gonna. Huh? That's not on there. Good. Pull it off real quick. So I'm just going super light at the beginning so that I can make adjustments if something's not correct. There we go. I gotta look at it from right here because that was just barely, very, it wasn't level. It's very tilted. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't hear me like that when I'm speaking underneath the table with my... That looks good. I'm in the process of building my own watch from the DIY kit and need these pointers. I eventually want to do a custom build. Aha, cool. Well, if you ever have any questions, let me know. I'll try to help you out. Great to see behind the scenes of the manufacturing of the watch. Glad to have you here. I'm glad it's no longer behind the scenes. Glad we can make it a part of the scenes. So let me see if I can get this focused so you can kind of see there's just a tiny bit of distance in between the minute and hour hand. But they're nice and flush, nice and level with each other. I'm having a really tough time getting it focused because the dial comes out so far. There we go, somewhat see it. So, last but not least, we're going to do the second hand. See if it's nice and clean. There we go. Looking good. So this one I literally can't see it. I'm just doing it by feel. There we go, got it, nice. Yeah, that looks really good. Great to see you. Yo, what's up? Definitely, thank you for that offer, my friend. Anytime, friend. So we just got the second hand on there. Now comes, oh, there we go, sweet. I'm getting it to focus. You can kind of see the distance right here. Ah, I had it. There we go. Now, here comes the difficult part. I'm gonna let this run now. I'm gonna take it out. So there's this little pointer right here. Let me show you real quick. That little slot right there, the little metal pointer. I'm I'm gonna put my screwdriver, just a tiny one, on right there. I'm gonna apply a little bit of pressure on it. Make sure I'm above it in the center of it. And then I'm gonna like slowly pull this out. Just once it releases, there we go. You don't wanna really pull on it really hard or anything. And you always want it in all the way when you pull that out. So here we go. Now, here's the difficult part. The case. This is the most time-consuming part. Because it's not going to be clean in here. That's going to be annoying. So, let's take the crown off real quick. See if we can take this. I forgot my tool with me today to take this off, but it's not on there tight, so I can take it off with my fingers still. Then we got the Swiss watch company bunker. Very nice matte finish on this case back. So now we are going to take this out. I'm going to have to turn on the lights for this part, but you guys are going to be able to see it too. So, brace yourself. Here we go. Okay, let's put this over here. So, make sure the top side's nice and clean. And as you can see, there's lots of all of this junk that's underneath. Most of it, not all of it, see, but some of it's underneath. So I'm gonna have to get underneath. What I'm gonna do, this may be loud in the speakers, by the way, but you're gonna have to look at my other camera for this. I'm gonna get underneath with this clean air. It's actually what you use for cleaning out computers and stuff. And I'm just gonna blow in there. It's important not to shake these cans if you are gonna use these, because otherwise liquid will come out. I'm just gonna turn it because a lot of times you should explain this one. I'm gonna turn it and keep spraying because a lot of times the little hairs and the little particles will just turn with it. You gotta kind of go for a little bit. Yeah, I still see. You can kind of see it moving around. Once you kind of don't see it moving around anymore, it's kind of then it's your cue to know it's clean. And it may be just dirty on top. So you can just give it a nice deep breath and go like that. As you can see, we still got a few particles underneath. So what I'm gonna do, I think Josh said 16 or 18 layers. It's a lot of layers. So literally it does not reflect like at all. So I can show you on this one that's already done, the reflectant on it. And that's with a bright light just on its face right now. So it's like nothing. Usually that will like really hurt your eyes. You can kind of Like if you're ever in class or anything, the sun's shining through. If you got a watch on, and you put it in your friend's eye, you like beam it in their eye, kind of James Bond style. This watch isn't gonna have that. So I'm gonna get in here with this. So there's one right there. Try to do this looking through the camera. You don't want to really press on it really hard. There we go. I got it to move a little bit. So it's good. I got it to move. Maybe I can get it with the can out later. There we go. Got that one to move too. Do you have another watch you can compare it to, Jeremy? Yeah, I do. I have a few of my own watches I can compare it to. One sec. Let me see if I can clean this real quick, and then I can compare it afterwards with a few of my watches, my collection. I can show my collection too. Just two of my watches, I guess. So yeah, that's looking a lot cleaner now. Let's see. Put this to the side. I'm gonna make sure nothing's on this either. Just very light blows for the dial. And then I'm gonna get putty on the side of it because there's little white dots right over here. There's a little light dot right here. Otherwise, it's looking good. So I'm gonna just put this over. I'm gonna encase it. There we go. And I'm gonna pick up the piece of leather. I'm just gonna push it up like that. Sorry about that. That's how it looks. It looks like. Where's my, usually I have a piece of wood somewhere, but I guess I can use the plastic right here. I think this piece right here is on top. No, it's still underneath. I'm gonna have to clean that one off. But that is like mainly what you're doing is you're just making sure that this watch looks really good. Even as a watchmaker, this is what I'm mainly doing is just making sure that it's nice and clean and ready to go in the customer's hand. So one sec, let me see if I can get this piece out. Get out of here. I have to get up close and personal, not look through the camera. There's this piece, it's right here. Got it. Is there anything else? There's a big piece right here too. Let's see if it's focusing. There it is. I know this isn't the most exciting part, but very important. Come on, sucker. There we go. Here we are. Once I get this one in, I'll compare it with my other watches. Looks like it's clean. I could turn off this light now. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, Hamilton makes for a great comparison. Here we go. I'll put this one to the side. We'll come back to it. Come right back. Go grab some of my watches. Okay, so here's a few of the watches I did in my print and ship. I did this one as my final test, actually. I assembled this one. It's an Etta. There we go. But as you can see the camera. You see lots of reflectant. This is also a 28-24. We had what we did with it in my class was there's a few things that were wrong with the movement itself, and I had to write down what was wrong and I had to fix it, and then I had to assemble the watch together. But now if we put it side by side, so you can see how much reflectant there is right there. And then in here, maybe I need some light too. See the reflectant? Here we go. And here's the reflectant on this one. Yeah, a lot more. I can test it out with my other watch. Hey guys, Hamilton Loop is nowhere near you guys. This is a different watch I did. This one was just a fun project I did on my own. My teacher gave me this movement and I kind of put it together, but as you can see it reflects quite a bit on the light compared to this. It's just nothing. It doesn't even pick up really. So hard work. Oh, thanks. I'm gonna put these watches to the side now, and then we can finish the black one. With the light off, because it looks better. There we are. So I'm gonna grab this, the crown, and now I'm gonna search this. Gonna take the piece of plastic off. Just hold it down with some tweezers, with some pliers. And then I can screw it on. Definitely added this piece to my personal collection of 2021, right? I would say it's a good choice, my friend. Now I'm gonna screw this on. I have such a tough time with these ones to get it on for some reason. Let's see, there we go. I put this in. Just gonna put my finger over the movement real quick and just have it go in nice and soft. You don't really want to jam it in there. There we go. Now you can wind it up. Movement holder. Now I keep the length of the stem on it so that I can make sure it's nice and in the middle of it. So otherwise it can be a bit sideways and you can damage the stem if it's like that. I have to veer over here and look at it upon. There we go. Hold it down right here. This side's in. I'm going to push this side. This thing's kind of tough to push on because this is what's going to hold the movement in place. It's not going to budge whatsoever once it's in. The way you can tell it is if it's in all the way, if it's like nice and lush with you see these little 2 pointers? If you can't see those when it's like this, it's on there good. Very nice matte finish to the case, by the way. Very simple, but just really nice. So we got this in. Now to adjust the crown, this should be able to, is this crown defective? There we go. So yeah, this can go in like that. Let's take it out. Now, let's put this to the side. Screw this. We're going to cut it off. With these tweezers. Now I'm not going to do it in front of the camera because that little piece will fly off and I could definitely damage my camera if it hits the lens. So what I always do is I look at it in front, I find the length that looks right. And then I always put it behind me like this. And then I clip it, because otherwise it will like pop right in your face. Oh, it actually went down my shirt. Yeah. Sometimes when you're like just clipping these all days, like at my old job, when I was at more of a like manufacturer, I had to clip a buttload of these one day. And there's people like working next to you. If you don't have like a shield or a wall while you're clipping it, it will like fling off and like hit them. So sometimes that happened. So now I'm just gonna file this down. See if I can get this nice and focused. Look at it real quick. It's got a nice cut to it. Looks not bad. Let me see if I can show you guys. Probably too close. I need a stronger one. Screw this on. It's not going on straight. No, gotta file down a little bit more. It's not completely straight with the grooves. Tell me if it's too loud when I do stuff like this. If this is like irritating for your ears, I can turn down the volume on the mic. Okay, let's see. Here we are. There we go. I cut off a good amount. I may have to grind down a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grind down just a little bit more. It would work right now. I could close it, but it'd be really tight and it'd be constant pressure on it. I kind of wanted to get to where it's about right here on it. So just a tiny bit more I need to grind off. I realize. Stop putting my fingers in front of the camera. And then this one will be done pretty soon. Just gonna kind of flip it over and over so that it gets a nice, clean move all around. There we go. Kind of tough to screw on there because the crown's not completely flat at the bottom. So I'm turning it. It's really tough to keep it flush with it. Ah, I had it. There we go. Tight on there, nice and tight. Slide, there we go. That's actually looking good. Let's see if it turns on well. Push, turn, should go on smoothly. Push, turn a little bit longer, there we go. It's on. So, last but not least, let's see if I can I'm gonna wind up the movement. I could show you how I regulate the movement. I'll have to get the camera angle right. I'm gonna have to move the camera for this. If you guys are interested in knowing how I do that. So what I can do is bring this up. We're gonna move it to this. Let me set it up for you guys real quick. I wasn't planning on showing this, but hey, why not? Might as well show you all that I do. It's a different project. Plug this boy in. Got my tools right here. Let's see, is this in the picture? Let's put this back a little bit. There we go. So, it's wound up pretty good. I'm gonna put it on right here. Can I lighten this screen up a bit better? And it's gonna measure. So what this does is it measures the noise. It measures the noise of oh gee whiz, what are the names in English? I'll show you the pieces actually, how it measures it. Come on, movement. No signal. Why the movement stop? Yeah, let's put this one on. See if you can read the measurements. There we go. I had to get this a bit closer actually. There we go, now we can read it. So, this watch is right now, I haven't regulated it yet. Right now, as you can see, so all I have to do is with all the watches, it is right here, minus 11 seconds per day. The amplitude is 276, which is good. I'm not sure if it's wound up all the way. So I'll give it a few more winds, just to make sure before I start adjusting. So there we go. Now it's wind up all the way. It's gonna be looking a lot better. We got, I need a pointer. 301 amplitude, minus 2 seconds per day. It's good. And this is the beat error. This is 0.2. It's 0.0 is the best, but it's always within 0.0 to 0.6 is the tolerance. So I'm going to show you which part it's measuring, how it's measuring it. Real quick, if you're interested, then we can finish that watch. So I'm going to have to take this watch apart a little bit. Let's see, where's my correct screwdriver? Right here. So these screwdrivers, you gotta be careful because you can really bend the top and damage them. Put this over right here. Get this one too. There we go. Now I'm just gonna get underneath right here, this bridge, the automatic bridge, and just slightly, there we go. Just let it slide off. Boom. So, there are two pieces coming in contact that make the most noise in the watch. It's noise that you get the tick, 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 tick. So, let's see if we can pick up on this noise. Let's see if this one's loud. Let me wind this up. Turn this up. So this is the noise that it's going to measure. Sorry, it's super loud right now. Now, this noise is coming from two pieces in the movement. Let's see if I can find it. You see that silver gear going around? That's the Hemmig in German. And then there's a little piece that stops and turns it. Let's see if I stop it. See that little purple, there's a piece that comes in contact with it. Anywho, there's a piece that comes in contact that stops that little silver gear. And that's what we're measuring. So, I'm gonna put this to the side real quick and I'll show you how, sorry, my hands, I keep forgetting that the camera's right there. I just kind of do my work as I normally do. I'm gonna put this, I'll put that away later. So we're gonna go back to this and I'm gonna show you. So right now it's on minus. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this. Because it's about a few seconds behind per day, which is, it's really good actually. But as we can see, there is a little level right there. You see the plus and minus sign? Top of the bridge. So I'm going to show you where to look real quick. Right here and right here. This is where you want to look. So that little screw in the middle, I'm going to turn it to the plus sign. And that's going to add just a tiny bit amount to the rate per day. So I'm gonna go right here. I need to look to make sure which one's the plus. Yeah, so to my left is the plus. So I'm gonna go on it. Let's see if we can see it. And I'm just gonna turn it just a tiny bit. About that. Now each watch is different. So we're gonna see how much this affected this watch. So before it was minus 2 or 3 seconds per day. See if I can get it to focus right here. That's very interesting. It's -6 now. It could be on the odd case that sometimes they're kind of opposite, but now it's -3, just like it was before. So this one's not as sensitive. I need to turn it a bit more. Each one's a bit different. So I'm gonna go, now it's -1, it's good. Sometimes it takes a little bit to kick in. I'm gonna add just a little bit more to it. See if we can get to 0. Sorry for the hand. So now we got +1, -1, -2. And this will always kind of go up and down. It's varying right now because I'm moving and I'm making noise right now. That's why. So now it's on +1. So this is better. It's -2 right now. It's going between -2 and +1 right now. I'm going to show you in all of the positions that I measure. So I do this one, and I'm going to do this one too. See how it acts now? So this way, in this position, the amplitude will always go down a bit more. The amplitude's always highest when the dial is facing up. But it's still really high, 280, and this position's really good. So it's -5, I'm gonna have to go up a bit more, -6 right now. So I measure this side, and then I also measure down here. These are the 3 positions the watch is in the most. Trying to not to make any noise. But it's very similar. So it's -5 in this position too. It's really good. So if we want to get it perfect, if we want to be snobby, we want to be super precise and perfect, like the Swiss. So we got to be perfect like the Swiss. Let's try to see if we can get it to 0. And I'll just play around with this. And if I had to like do bigger adjustments, it's picking up on all the noise right now around. I'm not sure if if it's picking up on that noise either. That could be bad. Focus on this. So I'm going to do a big turn on the screw right now, because it's not as sensitive as I thought it would be. There we go, that's a really big turn. Just see if it's adjusting. Stop with the noise, Jeremy, let's go. Very interesting. So we got a rare case in our hand where here, I'll show you. I'll have to do it manually to adjust this one. I'll show you what I'll have to do on it. I'm not going to do it right now because I'll have to take pieces off of it. But what I'll have to do is, if this screw isn't working, sometimes it just doesn't work and it doesn't change the rate. Then I have to, this piece right here, the piece with the gold on it, on top, I'm gonna have to move that left or right. And that's how I can adjust it. And then you can adjust it, but when you do that, it makes leaps and bounds. You have to be so sensitive with your hands. So I'm gonna do that on my own time, because that will take a good amount of time to fix that up. So we're just gonna finish the black watch. So we're gonna put the rotor back on it. Big pieces like this, I'll just grab it with my hand, to my fingers. Otherwise, I can scratch it if you're using the tweezers. It's not a problem. Afterwards, I can just clean it with my gummy. So I'm just gonna lift this up just a little bit because it slants because the weight's all over here. There we go. And that will turn nice and good. You always want to turn it right here just to make sure. Sometimes the gears, they don't turn like they should. And they'll get tightened up and this will turn with it when you wind up. And that's not good. You don't want that. It's called the helicopter effect. Because like this thing, the rotor will spin super fast while you turn it up. That means these gears right here aren't oiled well enough. Because these gears, these ones, there's one and there's another one over here. Those gears are meant to turn two different ways. There's one on top of the other. So we got this. Let's put on the case back. I don't have my tool with me right now, so in order to get it on with your fingers, you kind of just have to push down and then turn. But and my water resistance device isn't plugged up to any pressure right now, so I'll have to take these to work and tomorrow and test them there. This is on enough right now. I'll put this one on too. When you guys regulate watches, what is the SWC tolerance and do you test the watch in different positions? Yes, so when I regulate the watches, I do those three positions I showed earlier. And what I try to do is always get it within a few seconds per day. And I always want it like a few ahead because sometimes I'll be measuring it. Sorry for not seeing that message earlier. So just like this watch is right here. It'll have a measurement like this, and then I'll measure it like this, and then I'll measure it like this. These are the three most. And then I always want average between all three of them. And I want it to be a little bit positive instead of negative. So negative, you usually have, you don't want anything more than like -4. And positive, you don't want anything more than like +10 or 6 or 7 around there. Because sometimes it will be like +6 right here. And then over here, it could be like -6. And then it's really difficult. Then I gotta go in there and manually adjust the balance. I gotta do a lot of work with. Here, I'll show you where I gotta work a lot with if I have these problems. It's very fine hand working if I have those problems. That's always with. So if I'm ever working on that, I can show it with the movement. Aha, yes. If your watch has the helicopter effect, like I explained earlier, it definitely needs an oiling. Yeah, definitely. I can fix that for you. So, if we look, let me show you what to look at. So, the little spiral, the metals. Oh, it's so tough to see. This is where it gets really crazy if I got to do this stuff. That little windy up curl thing underneath the balance wheel that springs around and everything. I got to make sure that's right in between these pieces right here. So I got to work a lot with this piece, and then here. Just all there. I got to make really fine adjustments if I have problems like that in order to make sure that the rate's really good. And then also I got to make sure this is oiled well. This holds the whole balance well. There's a little bit of room for this to go up and down. So this goes up and down because there's a point right here and there's a point on the other side. I need to learn all these words in English so I can define this better for you guys. There's so much actually if there's stuff like that. Once I get into that stuff, I can be working on a piece for quite a while until I figure out what's actually wrong with it. So I'm gonna close this up. Just gonna do a little bit like that right now. It's not on there flush. I don't want to damage the O-ring. Just a little bit, just like that. Okay. There we go. Just leave it like that. Perfect. Will the vid be posted? Aha. Let the German words fly. Will the vid be posted available later? I missed the helicopter effect explanation, but I would like to learn as much as possible. Amazed how in detail you go on this channel. We'll talk to Josh. Thank you. I need that fixed. Yeah, definitely talk to him. Yeah, I'm sure Josh can edit this and then put clips on it. I could, if I ever have a watch with the helicopter effect, I could try to fix it myself. Try to show you guys. It's a tough fix, actually. It's a very complicated fix. A lot of times, if you have that problem, you'll just put a new bridge on, the automatic bridge. So, we'll do the third color. I don't know what time it is right now. See if this one's nice and good looking. The enthusiastic Dutchman. I can post it with the stamps later for you. Ah, ben je Nederlander? Kan ook een beetje Nederlands. Okay, let's see if this is clean. Style is looking pretty clean. I need to get my light up here real quick just to make sure. I need a bigger extension cord. I got a lot of stuff plugged in. Oh. Let's check if this sucker's clean. Heel goed, heel goed. Ik hoorde van Josh dat je wel Nederlands kan. Aha. Goed zo. Oh, it's so cool. I miss Dutch. I haven't spoken it in forever. This is the color I want, really nice. It is really nice. It's a nice cream color. There's actually a video coming out of me going into detail of assembling this one. I don't know when Josh is gonna post it on YouTube yet or not. Everybody get on Josh about it because I've been getting on him about it for a while now. Let's see. There's a little point on it. Ah, see that little point on it? That may not be good. blast. Let me look at this. I have to put this one to the side real quick. I'm not sure if that one's good or if I can fix it. Rest in peace. Gotta make sure our customers get the best. The Dutch is still very understandable, so very cool to hear it. And thanks, Josh, I appreciate that for awesome. Yeah, I'll have to chat sometime. Curious where you are in the Netherlands. I lived in a few areas. In Hoorn, Eindhoven, Apeldoorn, Den Haag. Where else did I live? Oh, and then also België, Sint-Niklaas, and Brugge. Let's see if this one's a nice clean one. This one's looking really good. Hey there. Nice. This is a keeper. So, put this to the side. Let's get ourselves a movement. Another case. I'm gonna put the case in the side right now. So we're gonna exchange the calendar disc again. Because just like I explained last time, this one's, oh, let's turn off this light. There we go. That over to the side. Over here. Now we're gonna get on that metal arm again. I'm gonna push it up, then turn it and pull out this calendar disc. We're gonna put this to the side because we don't need this. Let's get a new one. Get the 6 o'clock calendar disc on there. Come on. There we go. Now it's on there. Just get that lined up nice and good. There we go. So I'm just filling around to make sure everything's on there good before I apply the pressure on it, because otherwise once I screw it on it could go on the wrong way or in a different position. And this bridge right here that I'm adjusting right now is very important, because this holds down the mechanism down here that puts the hands in the 3 positions. So if I didn't show this last time, I can show it this time. Once I put the hour wheel on, So I never really push hard on the hour wheel because you can damage the teeth. All you gotta do is slide it on there, pull out the hand in the third position, and then if you start turning, it will just slide in by itself, and then it will turn in. Just nice and smooth like that. Because if you push down on it, you can damage the teeth of it. So, this is the wind, the hour, the hand direction. Because all the hands get set. Right here on this, the hour hand gets sent on the hour wheel. The minute hand right here. And this tiny one's the second hand. See, there's 3 different heights. Oh, it's having a tough time focusing right now. There's 3 different heights, and that's where the hour wheel, the minute wheel, the minute hand, and second hand go on. And if you go, so if it's in all the way, this winds up the movement. And right here, the middle one will turn the calendar. And this is very important that this is really tight on there. Otherwise, this piece cannot turn the calendar disc. But you gotta be careful screwing on this screw because they're very thin screws. What can happen is that the thread can break off the head of the screw if you turn it in too tight. So just be nice and just know when it's too tight. That's the thing is, a lot of times when people see how this goes back and forth, it's a nice smooth action right there. And then it goes in just like that. So we're gonna get the calendar disc. The calendar gear, I mean, right here. This one. This orange thing, we're gonna get it turning. So that it turns all the way over. And we're gonna get it to turn the calendar disc. And it's a fast turn. So it's gonna press up right against there, against the teeth. I wonder if I can get this with the micro in there. Oh, I'm shadowing it. There we go. See it? I'm gonna turn. It's gonna jump really soon. Sorry, it's awkward to hold real quick. Trying to get a good view without the shadow. Just so you know how it functions. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Do you have a favorite movement to work on? Definitely this movement. The 28, 24 ETA. It's definitely my favorite. Did the teeth go out position? Oh no, it's still turning. It's just not turning the calendar disc yet. But I also really, I think the chronograph movements are actually my favorite because just how complex they are. There we go. And they just jumps it right off. The chronograph, like the 7750, I really like just because of how complicated the movement is. It's very beautiful once you think of all the pieces and stuff. But definitely just to work with, 28, 24, I know just by heart. I've done that one like crazy. Sorry that took so long. So we're gonna take the rotor off now. And then we're going to take off the feet. And then the dial supporter. Here we are. We can start trying to move things a bit faster since this is the second watch. What's everybody's favorite watch if they have one, or movement? I cannot see it from this angle. There it is. Fixate this one. Go on the other side, do the same thing. And this stuff just gets very repetitive. What always changes is like managing. Oh, I can't see from right here. This side doesn't want to go in. There we go. Got it. Now we got it in. So now we can set the hands. And for this one, we use the same hands as we use in the blue dial. That is, let's see, these ones. The second hand has an orange tip to it. There we are. So, let's see if this one's good. Focus, there we go. Looks good. Also looks good. These ones are like never damaged because they're packaged pretty well. Oh, this one's kind of bent. I don't know if you see this. It's got a bit of a bend to it. I'm gonna see if I can save it. It's a very thin metal. So I'm gonna see if I can bend that back so it's straight without damaging it once I put it on. Okay, so let's get this hour wheel on, the hour hand. I don't think I set this one on good. Probably gonna have to take it off. Let's see when it turns. Doing everything from a distance right now. Let's see. Yeah, that's too much of a distance. So, if that happens, this is what I gotta do. Show you how I take the hands off without damaging the dial or the hand. So, where are my tools for that? I know I brought them with me. Did I not bring those tools with me? Are they still at work? Well, gang, I don't think I have the tools with me. I didn't bring it with me. I'm so sorry. I was in a rush at work today. That looked good to me. I have watches that change time 10 minutes before or after long. Yeah, we always do the standard of 5 before or 5 after. And right now you can kind of tell it's on the 2, and I believe it's like 10 after. So I need to exchange that. But let me see. It's already arriving around 9:10. I think I'm gonna end the stream. It's still a test stream. I want to get it so where I can. I'd love to just do like a full days of work like this, and for people just for you guys to just come in and see what I'm doing. And but yeah, I just don't have the correct setup right now. I got the lighting well, and I feel like everybody can see everything super well. I was able to show a lot of good stuff. If you have any tips or pointers or anything you liked or anything you wish I would have done better, please let me know. I can adjust it to once we take it to the real spot when I'm at work. And I can do this a whole day. I'd love to get like a long stream, like a 4-hour one, just so that everybody can jump in and see what I'm doing and show what I get done. But I definitely can't do it with the camera like this. I still need to find a spot. What was good is the camera didn't shut off. I think the camera shut off last stream due to the fact that I'll bring something else better to look at right now. Due to the fact that it was on the light, and once the camera starts heating up, it will turn off automatically, and the light gets hot. And I think that's why my camera was just shutting off all the time. I'm gonna put these hands away real quick. Bring my tools home tomorrow, and then I can finish them here. Oh, also you can follow me on Instagram if you wish. Just like Josh said, I need to start posting stuff. I haven't figured out how to get my picture cameras to go on my Instagram page. But if you follow me on Instagram, I guess I could just do on Instagram when I'm gonna go live next time, and then everybody can know. Anywho, I'm gonna say goodbye now. Sorry I couldn't go longer. I forgot my tool. I would have definitely finished this watch, but I can't take off the hands without damaging them or risking the dial. So I need to get my tools tomorrow, and then I can finish that up. If you have any further questions or anything that you'd like to see in a stream sometime, I could work on it. I have other projects that I want to work on that I'd love to stream as well, just fixing movements too. But as for now, I'm going to be busy assembling these so that everybody can get them on Christmas time. So thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys next stream, okay? Goodbye, have a good one. Until the next time. Until the next time, how do? Let's see. Bye.